So picture this. It's the 10th day of the Kurukshetra War, and a titan has just fallen. Bhishma, the grandsire, is down, lying on a bed of arrows. The entire Kaurava army is completely shattered, leaderless, and just on the edge of a total collapse. There's this awful silence over the whole battlefield.
The question on every single soldier's mind is a desperate one. I mean, who could possibly step into the shoes of a warrior like Bhishma, who has the skill, the authority, the sheer power to turn this whole thing around? The entire fate of the Kuru dynasty is literally hanging on this one question.
And the answer? Well, it lies in the anointment of Drona. As the Kauravas are reeling from this massive loss, all eyes turn to the royal tent. A huge decision has to be made, and it has to be made now. Duryodhana's reaction is this wild mix of relief and absolute terror. He's relieved, sure, because, let's be honest, Bhishma was never fully committed to his cause. But he's also terrified because his army is completely broken. So in his desperation, he doesn't run to a king or another general. He runs to the one man who taught them all how to fight, his guru, Dronacharya.
Now this isn't just a military appointment. It's this incredibly deep, almost tragic plea. You have a student who's now a king, literally begging his teacher to lead an army against his other very beloved students, the Pandavas. I mean, the weight of this moment is just immense.
And Drona agrees, but not in any way that anyone saw coming. He says yes, he'll lead the army, but with one single shocking condition. A vow that is about to redefine the entire war. This is the teacher's vow. Duryodhana is ready to give him anything. Wealth, power, he even offers him the entire kingdom. But Drona? Nope, he doesn't want any of it. He has a single, very specific, and frankly, a completely mind-blowing condition for taking command. And there it is. His vow is not to kill Arjuna. It's not to crush the Pandava army. His one and only goal is to capture the eldest Pandava, Yudhishthira, the very embodiment of Dharma, and bring him back alive. You can just imagine the silence in the Kaurava camp. Why? Why would he want to do that? Well, this wasn't just some sentimental move. Oh no. This was a cold, calculated, and absolutely brilliant military strategy. It was a plan to use the Pandavas' greatest strength, their own righteousness, and turn it into their fatal weakness. So why capture him? I mean, why not just kill him? Because killing Yudhishthira would only unleash the full fury of the other Pandavas. It would turn them into unstoppable forces of nature, gods of destruction. But capturing him, well, that's a whole different ballgame. Let's break down this plan because it's absolutely genius. Drona knows the Pandavas are bound by their dharma. It's their code. So if their king, Yudhishthira, is captured, they are honor-bound to surrender. Drona isn't aiming for some bloody, drawn-out victory. He's setting up a checkmate. It's a move that will force another public humiliation, just like that infamous game of dice. And this really shows the contrast between the two mindsets, doesn't it? Duryodhana just wants blood. He wants revenge, total destruction. Drona, on the other hand, the master strategist, sees a much cleaner, much faster path to victory. He's not fighting a war of passion. He's executing a surgical strike right at the soul of the Pandava army. So, with his strategy locked in, Drona takes to the battlefield, and he unleashes a storm of destruction that is unlike anything the Pandavas have ever seen before. The effect was instantaneous. I mean, the Kaurava army, which was totally demoralized just moments ago, roared back to life, completely energized by their new commander. And for the Pandavas, the disciplined, predictable formations of Bhishma were suddenly replaced by the terrifying, chaotic genius of a master of all weapons. This description from the source really says it all. He wasn't just a general on the field. He was a force of nature, a raging fire just consuming everything in its path, moving with a speed and a fury that sent absolute waves of panic through the enemy ranks. And his attack was so systematic, so personal. He moved like the war god Kartikeya himself, and he specifically targeted the Panchala army to settle a very old score. I mean, even great warriors like King Drupapada fell before him. He was just a whirlwind of divine weapons and tactical genius, and the Pandava army just started to fall apart.
But here's the most crucial point. All of this devastating onslaught, all this chaos, all this destruction, it was just a distraction. A massive, terrifying feint with only one single objective: to get to one man. Which leaves us with the ultimate question. With Drona fighting with the fury of a god and the mind of a master strategist, who on earth can possibly stand in his way? The stage is now set for a terrible, absolutely heartbreaking confrontation. The greatest archer in the world, Arjuna, forced to fight the very men who taught him how to hold a bow.